Video presentation of Lee Friedlander Part 1, Young Adult. Over a 70-year career, renowned American photographer Lee Friedlander has produced an unrivaled photographic output, documenting seemingly every aspect of the American social landscape. Lee Friedlander was born in Aberdeen, Washington on July 14, 1934, from Finnish and German Jewish descendants. His mother died of cancer when he was 7 years old. Lee started photography at 14 and already was smart enough to earn from that. He went to study photography at the Art Center College of Design in Pasadena, California at the age of 18. In 1956, he moved into New York City, where he photographed jazz, country, and blues artists in studios, during performances, and on tour. His early work was influenced by Eugene Adge and regarded as one of his heroes. The former was prominent for his determination to document all of the architecture and street scenes in Paris. Young Lee Friedlander captured a civil rights milestone. He was ambitious and moreover curious, which is what drew him to the Prayer Pilgrimage for Freedom, a massive demonstration in Washington, D.C. on the 3rd anniversary of Brown versus Board of Education, designed to protest the slow enforcement of the decision in the South. In New York City, Friedlander asked organized Bayard Rustin for a press pass to cover this event. On May 17, he spent the day photographing some of the 25,000 people, among them leading figures in the civil rights movement, who gathered in front of the Lincoln Memorial. Lee Friedlander says about his own photography, "I tend to photograph the things that get in front of my camera." Lee Friedlander started to make intimate portraits of his wife since they met in 1958 and did it through 60 years of marriage. In 1960, Friedlander was awarded Guggenheim Fellowship to focus on his art and was awarded subsequent grants in 1962 and 1977. In 1963, the International Museum of Photography at George Eastman House mounted Friedlander's first solo exhibition.
So in this part of the presentation, we're gonna go to his career and his life during 1963 to 1990. So a little bit about his background during this period. In 1963, the Harper Bazaar showcased his work alongside with an essay by Evans, and this marked his initial recognition in his career. And then in 1967, his special moment arrived when he has an inclusion in the New Documents exhibition at MoMA. Throughout the 1970s, he mainly focused on the self-portrait style, and he established the self-portrait album in 1970. And then his thematic focus shifted towards urban landscapes and social geography projects, inspired by the FSA collection, which is the American Monument in 1976. And then his work extended to unexpected wins, such as photographing Madonna in 1979, and by the 1980s, Friedlander's reputation was firmly established, allowing him to undertake the commissioned project like the Essence of American Industrial Landscapes, which is Factory Valleys, Ohio, Pennsylvania, in 1982. This is one of the quotes of Lee Friedlander that I really like. The photographs also show the way that the camera sees. It's such as me and you or anybody else. The camera does something that is different from our own setting. So some of his art styles during this period, there's multiple perspective, urban landscapes, portraits and self-portraits, black and white photography, and experimental techniques. And this is some of his artwork during this period, mainly on his wife, taking some artworks about a landscape, and then other subjects.
Hi everyone, I'm Eliana Assouline-Sampson, and I did the third part of Lee Friedlander's life from 1990 until today. This picture shown on the screen was taken in New City, New York in 1996. This quote by Lee Friedlander was spoken in 1989. It said, quote, "I always wanted to be a photographer. I was fascinated with the materials, but I never dreamed I would be having this much fun. I imagined something much less elusive and much more mundane, End quote. Friedlander loved to travel to take photographs of everything that spoke to him. He carried around his 35mm camera for years, eventually switching to a wide-angle view camera for landscapes. Some of his artworks on this slide range from 1994 to 2007, from New City, New York to Santa Fe, New Mexico, to Death Valley National Park, to Tokyo, Japan. Friedlander went on many road trips throughout the 1990s into the 2000s. These black and white photographs truly show the beauty of natural places on Earth. This tree on the left is from Grand Canyon National Park in 1997. On the lake on the right, with the mountains in the background, is from Lake Louise in Alberta, Canada in the year 2000. These are some of his other artworks, different angles of New York City, from reflections with mannequins to buildings, or real-life people. These photos were taken in 2010 and 2011. Some awards and accomplishments Friedlander had received were 3 Guggenheim Fellowships, 4 grants from the National Endowment for the Arts, an Edward McDowell Medal, a French Chevalier of the Order of Arts and Letters, MacArthur Foundation for the Genius Grant, and the Hasselblad Foundation International Award in Photography. Lee Friedlander is still alive to this day. He is currently 89 years old. And one fun fact is that in the year 2000, the MoMA was lucky to receive 1,000 prints of Friedlander's work. Thank you for listening to our presentation.